if you're full scope now and you're going to be mid-tier going forward. There are also going to be some new things, 3 new things specifically. If you manage open-ended AIFs that invest in other open-ended funds, there is going to be a new liquidity look-through requirement. You're going to need to look through to the assets of the funds that you invest in and not just looking at their redemption terms. This won't apply to unleveraged closed-ended funds, so that is going to be a differentiator. I mentioned I'd come back to valuations. If you're in the private markets, you will already be a little bit familiar with this. You'd have had insight into where we're going. But there is going to be a new IOSCO aligned valuation enhancement. So explicitly, you're going to need to show fair value. That's going to be the new standard. There is broader documentation of valuation conflicts, which is going to apply, and defined triggers for ad hoc valuations based on market and asset events. As I say, because it reflects the private market valuations work that has been done, many of you may have been looking at that anyway. Finally, the other new thing to tell you about is that there is going to be a new market integrity risk. There are 3 areas I think this comes up in most. Those funds where leverage is used. Does the leverage mean that you might need to close out positions rapidly? If so, are you monitoring and managing that risk? That's number 1. Number 2, if you have a large concentration of positions, whether that's in issuers, whether it's in issues, whether it's in markets, the question is going to be, does that have a disruptive effect on the markets? Could it have a disruptive effect? You need to be able to understand how you're taking large positions is going to impact the market and to be able to monitor and manage those risks. And finally, use of models of automation and of AI when trading. The FCA wants firms to be able to identify, monitor, and manage the risks to market integrity from this. Specifically, if the models being used don't perform as expected, or indeed if they can act faster than they can be controlled. So if your investment strategy involves those kind of automations, AI models, that's something that's going to need to be on your radar when the new rules come in. As I say, these are all in consultation at the moment, so there is scope for some manoeuvre, but the FCA has also spent a long time looking at these and consulting with the market about it, so potentially less scope for manoeuvre than might be on another consultation paper. If you have any other ideas on areas impacting mid-tier firms, the medium AIFMs going forwards, please pop it below in the comments. That would be really interesting to see, and I'm sure other people would appreciate that. Again, if you would like to drop me a message directly, please feel free to also. But that's it for the mid-tier of the new AIFMD regime in the UK. Thanks.